Hello there, Dr. Sheep here. Welcome back to TGIF Talks, episode 177. No, wait. Yeah, 177. I'm your host, Dr. Sheep. Joined by my guest today, the Fearsome Rhino, Nate.
How's it going?
Alrighty, let's... Oh, I wasn't ready. Okay. Let's try this again.
Shame on you not being ready to go.
I was halfway ready.
How dare you? Halfway and fully ready.
That's true. Alrighty. It happens. It happens.
Oh yeah. Well, life happens a lot.
Yeah. Well, it's been a while. I think it was what, January?
Oh, roughly.
Yeah, I believe so because the last time we talked, it was back with Buck, and we were planning, and we're talking about 2024 and everybody's goals.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that video very, very much.
Yeah, you just bullied Buck the entire time. Oh man. Well, how are you? How tell the fans how have you been? What have you been up to? We don't have to talk about the degree.
Well, let's see. I've been up to a lot actually. The channel's been growing like a weed. I'm actually on track, actually more on track than what I thought I'd be to hit my goal of 60K by the end of the year.
Good.
If I keep at my current pace, I'll actually be at like 80 or 70.
All right.
So that's looking good right there. I mean, I've had a couple really hit videos. I've had February, like once we got done with that, I had 2 videos hit over 400K in the same month. So that was impressive. One of them looks like it's about to hit 500K. So looking like that's doing pretty good. I mean, life's going great. Got a new truck. I mean, couldn't live life. I mean, just living.
That's where I'm at. I need a new truck too. It's I replaced the brakes yesterday, and my uncle looks at me and he goes, you need a new truck tomorrow. I'm like, oh, how wonderful. Good to know. The ball joints in the front are completely they're done.
Yeah, that was.
And he's like, that's probably $1,000 to replace both those. And I'm like, well, so my model of vehicle at 180,000 miles, there's a known fault with the vehicle that will probably go out. And it's like, okay, do you put the $1,500 in? Because I know it's not going to be just $1,000. Do you put the $1,500 in to make it go another 10,000 miles and then it's dead? Or do you just decide to put a bullet in the engine block and go buy a new vehicle? Not metaphorical bullet. You know.
So this is with everything I just learned here recently. I say you go ahead and get a new one.
Yeah, that's the plan. I gotta start shopping.
The reason I say that though is because I don't know if you know this or not. Vehicle prices of used vehicles is coming down.
It's getting better. Except I'm really the real problem is, see, I think I would be okay with not getting another truck. But my dad's pretty adamant that if I didn't get another truck, I'd instantly miss it.
A, you will. B, a truck holds more value than a car, so a truck is always the better option.
Yeah, well, I was looking at like an Escape.
So
not a car.
Even an Escape, dude, a truck holds better value than that.
Yes, it does.
So when I was trading in my truck, we were also at I had my mother there, and she was looking at getting her truck back, her car valued at, and we bought both our vehicles the same day. Her vehicle has 5,000 negative equity, in the same amount of miles as mine does, but the difference between it is hers is a car, mine is a truck, and my truck was positive 2,000 equity.
Jesus.
So trucks hold their equity better than a car does.
They certainly do. Well, then the problem is, right, I'm a Ford person. So Ford doesn't have any. So, you know, okay, what do you want? You can't so like most of the time, you know, most people, you'd probably be like, okay, buy a car. If you're looking for something used, buy a car from like 2016. That's about the right time now. You know, by the right time frame for my budget is a vehicle of 2016, maybe a little later. Problem is, Ford didn't make any small trucks in that time period. So it's like you either go older, and you know, I basically just, you know, moved laterally. You know, it's still, you know, it's an old vehicle. I didn't gain any modern amenities, really. I didn't really gain anything. I just moved laterally, and, you know, it probably has fewer miles on it. Or you move into, now we're like, you know, 2018 is when they started the new Rangers. And so, you know, you move into that, and it's like, well, although I'm kind of hoping, I'm going to have to see, to see if the price of a used Maverick will equal out about the same price as a used Ranger from 2018, because the Mavericks are 2 years newer, or at least, I think, but the Rangers are 2 years older. But the Rangers are always more expensive than the Mavericks. The Mavericks are dirt cheap. For a little truck that it is, it's dirt cheap. You know.
You're right, it's dirt cheap, but they're hard to get because they're so cheap.
Yeah, I know. But it'd be great. It'd be perfect. It's just because I basically drive what was Ford's. I wouldn't say the equivalent. It has a bigger engine in it than the Maverick has. A Ford Explorer Sport Trek. I don't know if you can picture that.
So can I put my little 2 cents on all this?
Sure.
So this is where, coming from a Ford person as well, okay? So you got to understand, my love and heart is always with a Ford.
Don't get a Ford. Is that that's what we're telling me here?
I'm gonna tell you, go to a Toyota, because listen to me. This is what I did. Toyota will work with any financials you have, and they'll get you in a truck that you actually like, a Tacoma, and it can honestly get you in a newer Tacoma better than they can an older Tacoma, which is what they did with me. On top of that, they will also help you out with everything overall, and their vehicles hold the Tacoma, first off, is the best, and this is proven. The Tacoma has always been the best holding value of a vehicle. So say when you get 4 or 5 years down the road, or 7 years to pay it off, when you go to get like another one, that vehicle is still going to have a ton of value compared to a car or a Ford or a Chevy. Also, this is a true statement, Toyota is the only manufacturer that I have found, this is what I'm saying, I have found, that will cover lifetime powertrain warranty on a vehicle that's under 7,000 miles. They will cover anything that oil touches on a Toyota vehicle if it's under 75,000 miles when you buy it for your life.
Isn't a Tacoma Isn't a Tacoma kind of big though? It's kind of like in a weird spot because it's bigger than a Ranger but smaller than F-150, isn't it?
No, Tacoma is a small size truck. It's not a mid. I count.
Because I've seen videos, it just seems big.
They seem a little bit roomy and stuff. They're the good trucks. They're good sized trucks. They're not very, very big at all, in my opinion. They're small, but they're big enough. Like they're big enough that they can fit a 6'5" person in them. But they're small enough where you're going to be touching your passenger sitting next to you.
Well, the only issue is my uncle told my cousin when he bought his new car, when he bought a car, and he bought a Honda, my uncle told him, yeah, you are going to have to fix everything yourself. I will not be able to help you. And I'm like, I don't want that deal.
Well, depending on what kind of if you were with Toyota and stuff like that, and you were to get a vehicle, say you run, I don't know how many miles you put on a vehicle a year.
I don't know. It's kind of varies right now. It's weird. It's hard to say. I actually do not know.
How much did you do last year?
I'd say I probably put 10,000 miles on a year, but it could be more.
So that ain't nothing. Hold up, stop. So Toyotas is of course if something breaks in the Toyota and it's like the engine or something like that, over your entire life Toyota will fix the engine. First off, second thing, as long as you're paying payments, if something breaks while you're paying payments on it, it's bumper to bumper warranty. So
well, there's a chance if, like depending on how much the vehicle is, I might not have any payments. I've got some money, a good amount of money actually.
Well, even if you don't got payments, then you'll have a 7-year warranty. Is what you'll have.
I don't know. There's a lot to consider. I just know that if I do go foreign, that my uncle will disown me, and he'll be like, I'm not going to help you. I'm like, okay.
So technically, this is where you can prove your uncle wrong. First off, this is not a foreign vehicle. They are actually assembled in the United States.
Wow.
Same as Ford, Chevy, and Dodge.
But, like, he doesn't know his way around, you know. He wouldn't know his way around a Tacoma like he would a Ford.
Now, that's kind of true, but a Tacoma is... In my opinion, especially if you get like a very base model, they're very easy to work on yourself.
Although, hold on, where's your oil filter? Because I heard in some of the foreign cars and vehicles, they put the oil filter in the wheel well. You have to take apart a stupid plastic shroud to get to the oil filter.
To be honest with you, I have no clue. When I bought my Tacoma, it came with 4 free oil changes, so I didn't. Before I traded that thing in, I never got to change oil myself.
Well, lucky you. I just did that today too. I made my dad crawl underneath there to get the bolt out because I could not. I was planning to replace it today, and so I was like, well, I'll just make him get it out, and he did. He's like, all right, the filter's yours. So I'm like, okay. And I was going to throw the filter away, looked at the side, and went, oh, I had big old dent in it from the stupid oil filter wrench. And I'm like, well, hopefully I didn't do that to the new one. Even if I did, this is hopefully the last oil change.
Yeah,
I will have to do
that's something you...
What?
Yeah, that's something you will hopefully I only have to do one time as one change. That's the way I usually say it is. I say Toyota, they work with you better than any Ford, Chevy, or Dodge. Hold their value, and at the end of the day, that's what I look at. I look at money or something.
You are breaking up a lot.
You want to at least put your money in something you can retain value. Oh, give me 1 second.
Yep.
Can you hear me better?
Try going on.
You want?
So back to the holding value.
Try going on a rant.
Yeah, go on a rant. See
my view is if you're gonna spend a lot of money on something, at least let it hold its value long enough to where you can get some of that money back out for something else.
Right. You know, my dad, he just sold his 2000. Well, it was the funniest thing. He sold his 2012 F-250, and he looks at me yesterday and goes, "Why the hell did I just sell it to you?" I'm like, "I don't know. That would have been nice." And I'm also like, I don't know. I can't afford the diesel. He's like, "What are you talking about?" Well, okay. So I drove past the gas station he probably goes to all the time, and I went, oh, well, no wonder he doesn't get bitch about the diesel. It was almost the same price as the gas. But then I drive past where I get gas, and diesel's $1 more. So it's like, yeah, I'd have to leave town to get it. Although it'd still get me better mileage than my current vehicle. Not a lot more, but it would get me more. But although that thing is huge.
Some people. See, that's something people don't understand. A diesel has better gas mileage than a gasser.
Well, okay, the vehicle's also 10 years newer.
Well, no, just overall, if you go look at if you go look at like a Ford truck that's gas and look at the comparison of the exact same truck just being diesel, that diesel will get better mileage.
Are they really? Hold on, we're gonna look this up here, folks. Okay, we want to go to the Ford build site. All right, well.
Or at least that's what I've always been told. But I've always been told that a diesel it does better mileage no matter what over gas.
All right. So, vehicles. Let's build a truck here, okay? All right. Trucks and vans. All right. So we want to compare. They make a Super Duty in gas, don't they? Right?
I want to say they do. I think I've seen a Ford F-350 in gas, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong. I believe I've seen a 250. I know for a fact I think I've seen a 250, but I don't know.
Location. This time. Okay. Build my... my God. Okay, F-250. Hello? Are we gonna... 6 miles... Why is it... I want to build. Why? I don't want to shop. I want to build. Why is it... What is it doing? This is weird. Normally, you just go to vehicles, trucks and vans. You click on a vehicle. You hit build and price. It just lets you build. But now it wants me to only go... through the I want to build. I just want to build. I don't care. Models. All right. 2004 F250 XLT. We probably want to keep things relatively simple here. Lariat. We'll just go with the basic. I want to build and price. I don't want to view local. I do not care. Oh, why?
Build your own.
I literally, it still wants to, whatever. Fine. Alright, we want crew cab, 6.5 foot box, rear wheel drive options. I don't even know what these mean. Direct, what's the SRW? That's a new one.
Oh no.
SRW. Ford meaning. Bingo. Single rear wheel drive. Oh, we want dual. Compare my... I thought I was built... What is... Does the Ford website not let you just build anymore?
I don't think they do. So, if I'm not mistaken, Ford's having a lot of issues right now getting vehicles built. So, they're not really taking a whole lot of custom orders right now. You have to go to a dealership to get it custom orders.
Oh, I didn't realize that has my... Okay, well, whatever.
I would edit that out.
So, that's why it will not let me... Oh, here we go. This, I think, will actually let me build... maybe. We'll see. Shop. Searching. Build and price. Okay. No, it will not. All right. Well, we'll just accept defeat on that. It won't let me just build a vehicle. Fine. We'll just Google fuel.
Do it the way.
Fuel mileage for gas 2024 F-250. Alright, gas versus diesel, MPG, Bally's 2. Alright, so. Why can't we just be. What? Okay. So. Different power stroke, turbo diesel is. Or over a new gas. This is why our talking these two news on our Denver 100-mile loop. Exactly, Denver drew. This is a ring. Denver count. Okay, power stroke diesel, high input. Blah 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 blah. The result is fine. Blah 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 blah. The engine. Blah blah. Equipped. Blah 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 blah. Gas. Spoiler alert! I was able to get 16 miles to gallon for the F250 for the 7 power stroke. Why are they getting? But this mileage is still bad though. Like my dad gets better mileage in his older diesel F250.
So the way they do it.
Got mileage through this.
So the way they do it, in my understanding at least, is they give you the bottom of the barrel, what's the worst miles you can get.
Well, no, these guys did it in like a real world setting, and they only got 17, miles to the gallon in the diesel. And sorry, they got 19 miles to the gallon in the diesel. But, like, my dad's gets, like, over 20.
Depends on how he drives it. I mean, it's all dependent upon the driver. I know for, like, my truck, it's rated at 18 miles to the gallon. I get 30.
Right. Well, they were on this Denver loop. So I'm like, if you're in the mountains, of course you're going to have a crappy freaking mileage. Why are we doing this in the mountains?
I mean, it still should have given you the information you need about it.
Well, it wasn't. It was just some blog.
Yeah.
Oh well, the gas did beat it. No, sorry, it was the other way around. The gas got 19 miles to the gallon. The diesel only got 16. Or no.
Okay, so I mean.
Or no, sorry, no, it was I don't remember. It was whatever. It doesn't matter. Point is, it was super freaking close, and honest to God, I still don't agree with these MPGs. The V8 got 16, the diesel got 19. Okay, that's what it was.
Okay.
So, yes, you are getting the better mileage, but when you're paying $1 more per gallon of fuel, it doesn't work out mathematically, unfortunately. Unless...
Kinda does.
Well, I mean... In this case, it wouldn't. We'd have to be getting... So, okay, let's keep the math easy here. So, if diesel's $4 a gallon...
You have to be getting close to what I get in my truck.
Well, this wouldn't be much of a change. I get 17 now. 17, 18. On summer gas mix. I don't know. Down in Georgia, do you guys get winter gas mix?
No.
No? You lucky bastards. Because when I put winter gas in my truck, I lose almost 100 miles of range.
Well, yeah, because you're putting a lot of preservatives in your vehicle at that time, so preservatives are made to wear off faster. Yeah,
it's rough. I shouldn't say 100 miles. I get about 50. I'll probably get 50 to 70 more, because in the winter, I push 280 miles at the most, and I'd be filling up at like 18, 20 gallons.
Yep.
In the summer, I just pushed it to 22 gallons by accident. My gauge is broken, apparently. It still said I was not on E, and the light was not coming on. And I'm pretty sure it's only a 23-gallon tank. So the light should have been on, but, whatever. And I, the thing clicked, and I looked at the price and went, oh, 21.9 gallons. I went, oh, holy crap. She was thirsty, but she went 380 miles. So I was like, all right. So I've gained about 70 miles worth of range.
I don't know. I know today I almost had a heart attack filling up my new truck.
Why? How big's the tank, or how small is it?
Apparently, this is a bigger tank than what I had before. Before, $40 would fill up my truck. This one, $72.
Hold on. What's the price of gas down there, though? Because the price of gas up here might be a little more expensive.
Price is like $3.40 is what I did this morning.
Okay, so that's... Oh, are you ethanol or no ethanol?
Regular.
So that's with ethanol. So that's without ethanol.
Right? I don't know whatever regular is. I think it's without.
Yeah. So it might be cheaper than here. Let me see if I can check gas prices in the area. There's literally there's a gas station. I can see a gas station sign with binoculars from my deck, but it only advertises the ethanol price. So let's check to see. Okay. This is... Or gasoline price. Hello. Nebraska.gov has a frickin' gas thing? It doesn't work. It's loading extremely slow. Reload. Alright, never mind. The Nebraska.gov site doesn't work. Okay, so no, I think your gas is still a little cheaper than ours. Because, well, it depends where you go. Because our regular is probably $2.50. $2.59. $3.59, sorry. A little more expensive. But anyways, yep. So continue. So how big do you think your tank is then?
Oh, I have no clue.
I know my cousin and I discovered in his old Honda Accord before it got wrecked, it had a massive tank for just a little car. It had a 17-gallon tank. So like the thing got like 40 miles to the gallon, on highway. So it would just go forever. You could go to E, so you'd be coasting into the gas station. You can go 500 miles, which is insane. I'm like, what? 500 miles? So yeah, so on road trips, we'd fill it up. We could drive. We could drive all the way across the state before we need to fill up. That's insane.
What's your capacity on your car?
Mine is a 22-gallon tank. But
mine is a 32.
Holy cow. I'd basically, you know what? At that point, I don't think I would fill it up on E. I would fill it up halfway every time.
Ain't that about the truth?
Huh?
I said, ain't that about the truth? Because I can. Yes. I know for a fact I can get 500 miles a gallon in this truck.
500 miles for the entire... Well, if I had a 32-gallon tank, I could go 500 miles too.
This is also a full... for a full-size truck, that's impressive.
I think the foreign vehicles, they put a lot bigger tanks in them than they do the domestic ones. Because like Ford, so my dad back in 2012, when he changed from his I don't even know what year it was. Was it 97 Power Stroke? Was it older? The thing was ancient. But had no mileage on it, no rust. The thing was beautiful. It just sat in the garage all the time. He just used it to haul cattle. Thing had a dual tank. Oh god, the amount you'd fill up. And then he got this new the old vehicle, the old F-250, and that thing, he was like, I think, god, 25 gallons for the entire tank. He's like, that's not enough when you're hauling cattle. You know, because your mileage dips down to 12 when you're pulling a load.
Yep.
But whatever.
That's interesting.
Yeah, now he's got a 2020. Man, he had it home for like 2 weeks. He told my stepbrother to go start it and go pick up some sheep from a sale, and it was dead. The computer decided that it was done living.
Now, that is one problem with Fords, is they have a lot of computer problems.
Yeah. It's just like, I'm like, you know, like the dealership paid for everything, but I was like, Dad, did they run any diagnostics to, like, figure out why it died? Because, like, you know, I find it hard to believe the computer itself died and something else didn't cause it to die, because you don't want, you know, this to happen all the time. You know, what if there was a short somewhere, right? Or what if a few...
No, them computers are just bad about dying for no reason. They're not built right or something. It's just the computer themselves in those trucks. The reason I know that is I remember when I was younger, I worked for a guy. He went and bought a brand new truck. Had like 4 miles when he bought it. Had that thing for the first 1,000 miles. Had no issues. After 1,000 miles, the brand new truck decided it no longer wanted to live. The computer broke on it.
Jesus. Well, I mean, if you have a brand new vehicle like that, at least you're underneath like every warranty possible, and so you can get it replaced for free.
Yeah.
So, as long as you didn't do anything in those 1,000 miles to void your warranty.
Sorry, I say that it's hard to void a warranty.
Huh?
It's pretty hard to void a warranty.
You want to bet? I am the king at avoiding warranties.
It is for me. It is for me, at least, because I don't touch suspension on the trucks. I don't touch anything like that. I usually like the way it rides. And what's it called? Take it into maintenance every 6 months like I'm supposed to.
I've never modified a vehicle before. But that's because I've always kind of driven junkers. And now, when I get a new vehicle now, if it's newer, it's not like a 2012 Ranger, and it's something newer, you know, I wouldn't be against it. I'm not talking like suspension and stuff. I'm talking like, I don't even know what. I don't know. I'd figure something out. I'm definitely gonna consider, depending on how much money this all requires, I'd love to get a camper top. I know a lot of people
Those
are like,
are pretty nice.
Yeah. I'm like, camper top would be great. Because then this thing would be the road trip machine. You can just throw everything and anything into the back of it, and then, you know, and just go forever.
There's always a limit.
But our road trips are so long, you basically have to change your oil beforehand and then change it afterwards.
I did that when what was it? When I went to Ohio for that what's it called, for that thing I did in Ohio for them.
But anyways, so we're at 30 minutes. We haven't really talked about the channel. Let's make that brief. We'll talk about the channel. So you briefly mentioned you're on track to reaching your goals.
Yes.
I did not hit my goal. I fell short. I'm still short. I'm at 956. Although I think what the funniest part was last time we said, oh, we're not going to hit this goal. I then hit the goal shortly before this went live. But being 44 subscribers short of 1,000 is a little rough.
I can imagine. Because how are you doing on watch hours? You don't want me asking.
What are they? 100 a week? Sorry, 100 a month. Oh God, not 100 a week. Good Lord, I wish. 100 a month.
Do you have the full 4,000 watch hours you need to be monetized?
No. The math. Well, let's look at the monetization thing. View. Let's go to Studio. Let's go to Earn. Let's see here. Last 90 days. Ah, yes. 3. Okay. Data as of... We carefully validate channels engagement before and this process takes a complete and may vary. Eligibility. Wait, so what is the eligibility standard now?
It should be, so if you're going for monetization, full monetization, it should be 3,000 or live stream monetization is 3,000 watch hours, 500 subscribers. Full monetization is 1,000 subscribers, 400 watch hours. 4,000 watch hours.
Ah, yes, here it is. Okay, yes. So, yes, it's 3,000 watch hours in the last 365 days. I have 364 watch hours in the last 365 days.
Oof.
Well, it's rough because the main videos, they just don't. They do better than they used to. We go look at these. So like the latest one, it did better than I've had. Probably one of the best performing long format videos I've had in a while. 404 views. Of course, YouTube doesn't keep pushing them in the ether. Once it hits 400, once it stops gaining a viewer every, I don't know. Once the view count hasn't changed for a day, it's done. So, but 404 views. The previous one sucked in comparison by only 103 views. The one before that was the one that actually YouTube finally decided, yeah, I suppose we'll start pushing your content to people because it got 233. Because the one before that only got 25, and before that, 42. So we're definitely increasing, you know. So who knows what the next one will bring. Hopefully, a lot more views. But yeah, you did have your most popular videos. Your most popular videos, your two most popular videos are ones you posted in the last 3 months.
Yep. They both hit in February and they both did amazing.
Well, yeah, I've seen a lot of these now. This is AI generated thumbnails, isn't it?
Those just recently got AI generated thumbnails. We're staying to the, of course, normal thumbnails, but after the video is like so many months after the video is like a month old, we're gonna start switching them to AI to kind of give them that little bit extra oomph to get a little bit extra income out of them.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I see. Well, yeah, because these were pretty popular back in February, though, right? Those videos where, like, you guys would, you know, when you try and convert a farm into, you start from nothing and then in such a set amount of time turn it into a foraging farm.
Well, I mean, really, truly, that's the only thing making views right now. That's all people want to see is those type of videos.
Yeah, I see that. Those are 2-hour-long videos.
Yep.
That's insane.
So, so normally, what normal people do is, so the second one I put out was like this. What normal people do is they record each and every episode like normal, and they post them like normal. And what they do is they take all of their like backlog of like the entire series and just edit it down a little bit and post the entire series.
Oh, yeah.
And so they double dip out of that content. But my most popular video to date that is still growing at a great amount, that video right there was what I call an unseen mega cut. Over 30, no, yeah, I want to say over 35 hours worth of work went into making that video, accounting for 24 hours worth of recording, about another 5 hours worth of prep work, and on top of that, you had another how many every hours it took for the editor to edit everything.
How do you accelerate your growth in a farm sim? Because I wouldn't make it in like 24 hours worth of farming. I wouldn't make it very far.
Well, so the way we record those videos for the people who watch those videos of mine, the way we do it, we break it down to every month is 1 hour IRL. And we do 24 months, so 24 hours is what we do it.
Okay.
So technically in game, we're getting through 2 years worth of work.
Right. Okay.
So we're not just sitting down and doing, we're sitting down and doing a lot of work with it, but we're treating it as a full month we're getting done at one time, and it helps for speed it up a little bit, but it does other things alongside of it. We have a goal and objective. We have certain what's called productions we're going to work on, so we do those productions, and it's a whole bunch of working together and singing Kumbaya.
Man, I have been wanting to get back into survival Minecraft so bad recently. But it's just like, I don't know, I couldn't do it. The problem is, right, you get through the easy bit. You get through the first little easy bit, right? You do that, you can get, and then, you spend 1 weekend working on your very beginning of the thing, First, you start out, build your first farms, and then you go from there. And it's like, great. But I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyways, it's just like, you can get 5 good videos. Well, actually, I could probably... So the last time I played Minecraft, the last time I started a world from scratch for a YouTube video, let me look at the videos here.
Well, here's something I'll tell you, and a lot of content creators won't tell you this. So you know how people are like, I can sit down and record for 5 hours for 3 hours, end up getting 5 hours, 5 videos out of it. I'm one of those people. I'm like, I probably can get about 2 solid videos out of 3 hours, because I believe in one thing very firmly, and that's don't stretch content. I feel like if you stretch your content a little too much and you don't keep a very good pace and it going pretty well, you're not going to see a whole lot of rewards on the back end side, because that's really and truly what got me where I am now. Is I kept everything as high as quality as we could do, very fast paced, and I get some videos I get 10,000. Now there's some flops here and there that I do. Well, part of YouTube, but most videos I do end up getting roughly 10,000 or more views, because I don't do the whole stretching content like a lot of people do. There's a lot of farm sim content creators, Minecraft, Ark, all those guys that they just sit there and will record for 2 or 3 hours and make that last for 5 videos. Where I'm like, that's only 2 videos max.
Dude, when I quit doing Let's Plays almost 2 years ago, I was putting in, oh god, let's see. One video was 26 minutes. It's about 30 minutes, right? That equated to how many hours? Like, I think I was at one point, I'd have to, like, probably 10 hours, 10, 20 hours for 30 minutes of footage, one episode. And that was because it was like, okay, previously I would just play for 30 minutes, chop it up a little bit, upload. You know, and then I was like, well, that's not very good. So it's like, okay, let's try and condense projects. Like, let's do a project per video. Well, when you start to do that, you know, you have your small little projects at the very beginning. You know, they don't take very long. They're good little video. They're good, quick, you know. Then at some point, you're like, all right, well, what's next? And then you start doing the math. And you're like, holy crap, this video is going to take me an entire work week, upon which I'm already working 40 hours. So then it's like, you have to then figure out 40 extra hours of your time to play Minecraft. So that you have a 30-minute video about, hey, I did this project. Oh. No, so I was just looking here.
Exactly.
I beat the Ender Dragon in 7 episodes on a super flat world. Which, honestly, that was really fast. I've never done anything like that before. I will say, on the regular world, something tells me I don't think I'd beat the game that fast. Because I tend to dink around a little bit in regular worlds and not just nose to the grindstone, get this farm going, do this, do that, max out armor, go kill the dragon. I don't normally do that. I dink around forever before I kill the dragon.
Uh-huh.
But for that world, I did not. I did not dink around. I will say the videos did start doing better when I switched to that new format.
Yeah.
Some of them did anyways.
Well, I feel like YouTube is definitely one of those places. The more work you put into something, the better it does.
Some of them anyways.
That's definitely operatively. Well, I mean that's at least what me and my crew we go off of. I mean, we're not doing the worst thing in the world. I mean, we got everything when we hired another person to come on and help us with our farms and stuff like that.
Right.
Because believe it or not, I think I'm one of the first people to do it. But okay, let me say this: I know of one more person that has one of these in his crew. But the co-op crew, which is one of the group I founded, we are one of the first groups to realistically have a female actually be joining the group.
That's so sad to say in this line of work, but it is true. It's so true.
I mean, now don't get me wrong. I know there's a couple females out there that do what's it called? That do farm sim, but I believe there's only like 2 or 3 that are English that do it.
Oh.
I know. And on top of that, I know 2 of them aren't that consistent with him, and I know another one. She's a part of another group of people who I'm friends with, but I don't record with them. So she was at least we found somebody new, and yeah, hopefully. When does this go out?
Let's go out Friday.
This goes out Friday, so yeah. By the time this comes out, that video will be out. The plan is to let that video launch Wednesday. The video should be titled. You'll love the titling. She actually came up with the video, which was the best part. The title of the video is "I Get Married in Farm Sim?" ?
All right. Let's go. There's a title. That'll get the 9-year-olds riled up.
Hey, that is true. Hey, that's the goal. We get them 9-year-olds riled up. We'll have a good old time.
Oh my god. That's literally your audience is all a bunch of 9 to 12-year-old boys. You get a woman in there, you're gonna rile them up. You know that.
That's the hope and goal. Hopefully it pushes enough people towards it that we get a 100K viewed video of it.
Oh my god! I can't wait to see.
I know.
I'm gonna have to see that video. You're gonna have to text me when that goes live. I'm gonna have to see this.
Oh, I definitely will. It's gonna be a great video, in my opinion. I'm excited about that one. I mean, and then I know another one we're planning on recording. We got to set everything up for it, but we're planning on doing one where we actually do a wedding. It's gonna be a wedding venue and all that kind of stuff.
If you need a pastor, I am a registered pastor.
No, we do not. I don't need to be legally married to this woman. I'm fine. I don't need to be legally married.
Well, it's only good in the state of Nebraska. You know, you're in Georgia. God knows where she is, so it wouldn't work anyways.
Yeah.
But I have experience in marrying people.
Well, yeah. Okay.
So,
Still don't want. I know we're gonna get somebody to do it, but we don't want it to be legal.
It won't be legal.
So what we
have to fill. There's so much damn paperwork. It's not legal. It could be, but it won't be.
I don't know. I thought about going to Buck and begging him, say, "Hey, I need you to do me this favor. Will you be my officiator person?"
Yeah. No, you can have him be your. Who's getting? So are you getting married, or is it one of your farmhands?
Technically, it'll be me.
Okay, so you're gonna have Buck as like your best man.
No. I need Buck. You know what I mean? Listen, I gotta milk the views. Okay, listen, we gotta milk the views the best we can.
Oh,
so we gotta
Buck marries me in Farm Sim.
Talking.
It's the title. Buck marries.
Buck officiating.
So the title can be Buck marries me in Farm Sim.
No. This is where you correct it. This is where you correct it. I married the rental man Buck ? That's all you got.
Oh no! You're really gonna rile the 9-year-olds up then. They're like, wait,
exactly.
What is this?
You gotta get them riled up. Get them clicking on that video.
The 9-year-olds are gonna be like, wait a minute. Nate's gay? Since when? Oh, I've been clickbaited.
Exactly. Hey, you got clickbait. We gotta do something. This ad. I mean, I don't know if you've seen this tonight. This is a true story. Do you know Mr. Beast is down to 1 billion views over the last 2 months?
He's down 1 billion views. Is that like over all of his channels or just the main one?
Over all of his channels.
Oh. I mean, it's possible, but I'm like... I mean...
That's still a lot of views.
It is a lot of views, but, like, if it's not... It's very possible he just quit uploading to one of the videos. To one of his channels. He tends to do that.
So no, what they're talking about is everybody's losing a lot of views here recently. Last few months, we've lost a lot of views. Like even I can say I went down from getting roughly 10K down to 6K. We have been in the view apocalypse, as we like to call it.
I'm looking at his videos here. They're pretty sporadic, but they all seem to be... I will say, his previous video from 2 weeks ago, not his latest one, it did not hit 100 million views. Or it hasn't yet. Which is a little unorthodox for him, because the one he posted 3 weeks ago, it's at 133 million views.
Exactly.
Truth be told, I haven't watched one of his videos since the 7 days stranded on an island. But personally, I don't like his game showy ones. I like the the challenges. Like, I spent a day here, I did this, you know.
Yeah.
I like those videos personally. Well, the latest one's protecting
Well, I mean,
yacht.
everything comes back.
What?
Yep. Well, I mean, it's like this. Everything comes back on itself. Like, so you see his views are doing that. Like, it's hurting all of us really, really bad right now. Like, I know one of my buddies. He is so upset about it because he wants to quit his real life job. He's so close to being able to quit his real life job, and then these views just hit him hard. It's like, no offense, this is why you can't quit a job. I mean, you can't quit yet.
Yep.
is these are going to keep happening. I mean, I get every year we're going to have a situation that happens. It's going to knock us down on views. Now, of course, after November of this year, everything's going to get really, really exciting really quickly for me after November. But I mean, it's still going to be a lot of work.
What's November?
So everybody is predicting that the next farm sim will be coming out this November.
Right. Are you going to do tutorials, or are you going to let somebody else do that? Because that's where the...
So for me, I would rather... So I have an opportunity. So this is where you get to go into the whole funness about it. I have an opportunity to really go about it like this. I don't believe, because Grant, aka the Squad, everybody knows him, has the has the American Farming game. I don't think that Farm Sim is going to send him a code to the new game.
Oh.
And so if they don't send him a new code to the game, but I know for a fact I'll be getting a code because now I'm officially a Giants partner.
Right.
Yes, I joined the enemy. Making
no.
that joke. But no, I'm a Giants partner now, and I know for a fact I'll be getting the code early. But I don't know if he will or not. So if he doesn't get the code early, but I do, I need to lock down his audience before he locks them down.
Right.
Like, that's my whole goal behind it is, say I can go out there with me and my team and we can go out there and get 8 videos recorded before he has 1 recorded.
Right.
You know how, especially if right out the gate, we hit it hard and we do 2 videos a day right out the gate, we are going to be supplying and demanding as fast as we can.
Right. Dude, you got it. I know you're not a tutorial man, but you gotta. That's like the first thing I do when you get like a new game is like tutorials. Just tutorials.
So this is the way I view it.
Are you gonna have access?
So this is the way I view this.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. You go. How do you see it?
So this is the way I view this. So you have DJ Gohan, Clutch Simulations, Driver 53, shout out Driver. You have Farmer Cop, and many, many more who do tutorials. My opinion, tutorials are taken care of for Farm Sim.
That's true.
There is no room, in my opinion, to move into the tutorial market.
That's true.
And personally, I don't want to fight for that market.
I will say,
I think it
Farmer
is more
Cop,
worth my time.
That's the way I discovered him back when he did his tutorials. God, they were fantastic. They were some of the best. Because he was like, I got into him back when he was doing the comparisons, like wide tire versus narrow tires, and like doing the performance comparisons. I was like, holy crap, this is the Farm Sim content I need.
Yep, those guys, they have it so locked down for that type of content and like how stuff works. I don't see there being an opening in that market where people are going to people are going to struggle getting anything out, because I know these people very well. They all talk and communicate with one another. So if they all talk and communicate with one another, one could put out a video about one thing, and they all separate, so they're not all of them putting out the same video about the same thing. Well, and then they'll switch around what they're doing until all of them have all the videos. It's funny to me, because I know I can't do that, but I know I can put some RP content out there and it succeed. You know what I mean? I'll be able to put out some solid RP content, stuff like that, out there on the channel, and that will do better than anything really else.
Right. So you got to have some...
Especially if I can...
You better have some solid video ideas ready for that.
Oh, I have 1,000. So, first video idea... So first thing I'm working on with the new Farm Sim, I'll go ahead and say this. If there's a new Farm Sim this year, which is not announced yet, so we technically don't know, but we all know. It's one of those things you don't know, but you know what I mean? You ever been in one of those situations like nothing's been announced, no one has confirmed anything, but you know, if you know, you know, type of situations. That's what we're kind of at right now.
Right.
But we have me and my entire team has already sat down and had 4 conversations about the next game, and we're probably gonna have many more of the next few months. Especially after it is announced, we're probably gonna have 1,000 more. But our main thing we've decided we want to get out before anybody else does is what we call the mega videos, the 2-hour plus videos.
I was about to say you better do day 1 to day 100 or whatever, 1 year or 2 years in Farm Sim 2024.
Yep. That is going to be the first thing we hit. We're going straight for the jugglers right off the bat. And really and truly, we're going to, with the people who I know I'm working with, we're going to hit it hard, but we're also going to hit it with the, what's called the normal content stuff like that. Because once the new game comes out, there's no going back to FS22.
Right. It's dead.
Like we're currently right now with our group, we have everything kind of planned to roughly know when the game's going to come out. We have everything planned so well. Right now, we're doing a series called Time Traveler RP. So we have went back to FS19, and then after we've done 2 years on that game, we're going to go back to FS. Once we do a year, then we're going to go back to FS 17, from 17 to 15, from 15 back to 13.
Okay.
And then once we're done with 13, it should be the new Farm Sim game.
Hope so.
So that's kind of like what we're sitting on right now. We're debating. I mean, because we're hoping that going through, we're hoping through putting a little RP aspect into it. Doing that, you'll unlock the new game. Is what we're saying.
So is this FS 24 or 25?
It'd be 26.
26?
Or 25, yeah. It'd be FS 25. It'd be 25, my bad. I forgot it's just 24.
Yeah. I was just like, all right. I mean, skip. So they're going to be back to the odd years then. Possibly.
I don't know, because I think from what I've read and the conversations I've had with people, we all believe Farm Sim is now on a 3-year cycle. So I think every 6 years you're going to have an odd. Every 3 you're going to have an even.
I think if Giants is playing their cards right, I think the following Farm Sim, not 25 or 24, but the following one, I think they might be able to get back to 2-year cycles. And my theory here is they can use AI. Generative AI to do a lot of the heavy lifting. Because think about Farm Sim, right?
I don't think they want to. Here's your issues. I don't think they want to.
But a game like Farm Sim is like perfect for AI. Like an AI could easily, you just tell it, okay, I need a texture for corn. Boom, it's done. You know. I need some texture for some trees. Done. Hey, I need to convert 3D files of like a tractor that we got from like the manufacturer into the game. That might be a little beyond its capabilities, but that's today, not 2 years from now. They need to embrace into it because, see, that's the same crap that Pokemon and Nintendo got in trouble with, right? They've been just recycling the same, basically making no changes, kind of unoriginal games. And then Pal World came out, and the internet just blew up, and it was just like Nintendo's scrabbling to be like, holy crap, what have we done? You know, these are what people want. And that game studio, they're tiny, so they used a lot of AI to do things. Giants, they're starting to get
fast.
What?
Can we talk about how fast Power World died for a second? Like, that game was here for like a month and it was dead.
Oh, but that's because Helldivers 2 came out.
I never saw any content of Helldivers 2, but I saw Power World everywhere.
I saw both. Pal World was definitely...
Helldivers.
I don't know if Pal Divers was actually bigger than it. It's hard to say. I don't know. I know both.
With Power World's
dead. I haven't
World
seen any. I still see Helldiver stuff though.
Yeah.
But truth be told,
I know Power World kind of put out that thing.
Well, see, the reason why Helldiver sticks around is because there's a meme. Because it feeds into like the meme culture like a lot. Better than Pal World did. Like, Pal World was just like, indentured servitude without pay. The most PC way to say the S word. Of, animals. Sentient animals, I think, in this case. And giving them guns, too, So, there's 2 memes. Right. And hard manual labor. So, like, there's 3 memes. Helldivers 2 hits on so many memes. Fighting for democracy. The will to just die on a battlefield. You're fighting in space, for God's sakes. All the people that like Star Wars, it's like, whoa, this is cool. And I guess it was only 3 memes. But trust me, it hits on bigger memes than Pal World did, in my opinion. That's why it still sticks around. Plus, Pal World was a brand new game. Helldivers 2 is just a reiteration. So there already was an audience for Helldivers. Now there's just a bigger audience. Plus, it's a MMO. As where Pal World was not. Helldivers is an MMO RPG. So, just like World of Warcraft was back in the day. That's Helldivers 2. Less grindy, I think, though. So I've heard. I think. I'm not sure.
Most definitely.
But anyways, okay. So, all right. We are. Oh my God, we're an hour. Well, anyways, is there anything else you'd like to say to the 9-year-olds watching?
Really? I think we've kind of talked about everything.
Alrighty. Well, I would like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New podcasts every Friday when I manage to get them out. Noon, Central Time, and good night.